Okay, this one says, I fumbled the man I should have married. Don't be like me. Let's go ahead and check out her story.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of in tune with his emotions, but
My bad. I wanted to read this text message he sent her. He says, my commitment level is very high, which I express quite often. I'm never going to control you because that's not me. I'll try my best to be the ideal boyfriend and future husband that you deserve. I literally put you before me because that is what you're worthy of. You know, I would do anything for you, and my actions have a line. There's no other person I want in this life. I've already found you. I don't control anything you do when it comes to the life you live and how you want to live it. Yeah, man. Dude sound like a super simp right here. And a lot of times this is like those nice guys I was talking about in video before, to where I got a lot of friends that are like nice guys and lover boys and all that stuff. And the thing is, when you're that type of guy, you gotta get with a girl that has little to no experience when it comes to dating. You know, she's jaded. She's been through a lot of trauma. If you're a nice guy, she's gonna fumble you. She's gonna walk all over you. But let's go ahead and let her continue.
His emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Brit? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Brit's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side, like who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like, something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him, like, oh, I like you a lot, I love you, but like something's just missing. And
there it goes right there. Something's just missing. This is why I tell you, man, I ain't saying be a bad guy. You can still be a good man and not be a nice guy, because when you are that nice guy, you're doing everything the way she wants it to be done. You're bending to her every will. This is what's gonna happen. She's not gonna have that respect for you. She's gonna feel like something is missing, and what is missing is that dominance, and it's that masculinity that comes with a man who has a woman in his life. He loves her, he respects her, but he's not putting her over himself. Just like this guy said in the text. Remember, I read the text message, the paragraph he sent her. He said, yeah, I will put you over me. No, you never want to do that as a man, because at the end of the day, you put her over you and you don't focus on yourself and your own development, she's going to end up leaving you anyway, because there's going to be other guys that come around that are focusing on themselves, are actively progressing in life, and you've been putting your progression on hold or slowing it down to bend to her every will. But you know,
I didn't know what it was, and this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant guy, emotionally unavailable, everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men back to back to back. That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make. And I just didn't want to do that. I wanted like a leader in the way that I saw leader, how I viewed it. But like knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths and then deferring.
That's key in what she just said right there, man. She said he didn't know how to be a leader. He didn't know how to make decisions. Let me tell you, in your truest most masculine form, and this is something I'm even working to, is where you can put your woman in a position to where she can literally, at her choice, choose to just turn her brain off. You know, you might have a girl that you know, she has hobbies, she has businesses, she got stuff that she wants to do and things she wants to accomplish. But nothing is going to satisfy her more than just being able to, at any point, at any time she wants to just be able to turn her brain off and just do whatever you say and run in whatever direction that you point in. A lot of times through whatever programming that a lot of guys have from, you know, feminism and some of these other creators and things like that tell you to be a simp and happy wife, happy life and all those different things. Guys lose the ability to put their woman in position like that, but your truest, most highest masculine form will be able to do that.
To me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he could lead when it comes to protecting and providing and whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at, but I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked, but relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to break up. So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable and ended up breaking my heart worse than anybody else I'd ever experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not just the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you know, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest. Anyway, that angel wasn't even on social media like that, so he'll probably never see this, but still, if you do see this, I hope you're doing great.
Yeah, man, so great video by her. I think her TikTok's down here if y'all want to go check her out, but definitely a great video. And I'll say too, it's like 8 or 7 out of 10 boxes of yours being checked by somebody. That's pretty good, right? Anything else more than that you want out of that relationship, communicate it with that person. And if it's hard points to where y'all just have to agree to disagree, then y'all aren't compatible in that way, you know. And that's also something that can change over the course of a relationship. So communication is key, and don't sit on anything that you are wanting to say too long, because you're only gonna have resentment for that person. So, you know, shout out to her for taking accountability. Like I always like to say, even the most damaged girl, they're gonna get that one last simp to come around and treat them right. And if you run them off, and it's gonna be hard for you. You know, she seems fairly young, so she'll probably find a couple more simps, but and she'll know what to do next time, and know that, okay, if he's slacking in his leadership area, communicate that to him. Tell him like, yo, you should be more assertive, yo, you should be a little bit more decisive and things like that, because all of that stuff goes a long way when it comes to relationships, in my opinion, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. She fumbled the guy she should have married, got slutted out after that by another quote unquote avoidant guy. But a lot of times y'all gotta understand, like, sometimes the avoidant guy, it's not even, he might not even always be the avoidant guy. Maybe he's just in a season of his life where he's supposed to be locked in, and you are someone that came across his path, and you were supposed to be able to understand that. Because like she said, it's never gonna be a perfect relationship. The most simpish guy and the most avoidant, toxic guy isn't. Neither one of those is gonna be right. You gotta find that happy medium, and sometimes that person you're with has to grow into that. But like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below, man. As always, love y'all.